Hello, Internet! I am Torma Ximnus, and we have a new GenLock trailer. One of my friends told me about this yesterday. Sadly, it was in the evening. It was getting kind of later on. I was tired, so I had to sleep. But now I'm awake, and I'm not going to let these yawns stop me. We are going to dive right into this. First, I'm going to give my reaction. Then we're going to analyze everything in it that we possibly can. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen of the internet, we begin in 3, 2, 1, now. Sadly, this doesn't have subtitles, so apologies if you're having trouble making parts of it out. But you can always check out the original video on the Rooster Teeth site. Whoa, what's this?
That should hold for a moment. What's happening?
They're going after the ether, trying to bring down the whole network.
Wait, whoa.
I guess invading
The ether?
cities gets old.
What's the ether?
Since Detroit
Whoa.
Union is pushing west faster, they're getting bolder, making some unusual moves, which is why I'm calling.
What kind of unusual
Glad
moves?
you did. I found 2 more candidates.
Doctor, this
Oh, yeah?
isn't the time.
Oh, no, I think you'll be happy with these. One is for special ops in Eastern European theater, helping with resistance there.
Doctor,
The other is
Hey.
a ranger with the Vanguard itself. Should be easy enough for you to arrange transfer.
Ah, Ranger
Doctor,
from the Vanguard, huh?
focus.
That's
Prepare
cool.
your team for immediate evacuation.
But I just put the kettle on.
Evacuation?
Isn't a joke.
Seriously?
We have intelligence. The Union is stepping up its efforts to find you.
Why?
Oh,
Does
boy.
this sound familiar? Oh, right. This is exactly
Network
what I
intrusion,
warned would
seriously?
happen if you militarize my
Intrusion,
program.
burglary,
We're not doing
kidnapping.
this again. They're already on the hunt. You are in danger.
Then we should collect our new recruits, all 4 of them, as swiftly as possible.
No way. Pack your thing. Get ready to move.
I'm not going anywhere. Not
Oh,
until you
he's
say
putting
yes.
his foot
Are
down.
you holding yourself hostage?
Maybe?
Yes, he is.
I think I am.
This is great.
Just prepare to relocate to the anvil. I'll arrange to have your new recruits transferred there.
Yes, finally.
Put the tea on
Yes!
and we'll be there soon.
Nice. Call interrupted. Oh, we finally got this. We finally got a little bit of information about the 2 guys that we saw in the teaser trailer for everyone showing up at the anvil. Yes. I gotta be honest, though, I kind of get the feeling that they were, that these might have been a little out of order. Like, I don't know, maybe it was supposed to be those first and then the character short. I mean, not character short, the overall trailer. I honestly don't know if they were done out of order or if this is just how they did things. But this is exciting. So, let's handle a quick transfer of our own. Boop. Okay, now, let's go through the step-by-step and see what we can find, no? Okay, so he was clearly in the middle of something. He said something about putting on tea. She's telling him about them trying to destroy the network, and he's focused only and solely on his recruits that he wants. Arguing it's not the time? Oh, it's exactly the time. He's got position of power. It's like, as he did, he can hold himself hostage in order to get these transfer requests approved, and he did, and she finally had to give in, and that was amazing. Anyway, name Roma. Can't quite tell what the name is. Wish they had full 1080p available, but right now 820 seems to be Wait. Yeah, 802. 802 seems to be the best they got. But here we see... I forget where she's from. Somewhere in the Russian continent is the best I can think of. Somewhere in Asia, anyway. Alright, so she's a sniper. We see that much. I'm assuming that's much of what she does. I wonder where that is in the world. Let's see. If I could just get this to... Okay. Name Roma something Valentina, I think. Can't really. And damn it. This is not really helping with what's needed for proper identification. Okay, Robert Sinclair. That's cool. And he is already a specialist in the Vanguard, as they said, so that's got to be a training ground that he's in. Doing a little sparring, doing a little practice shooting. So, yeah, him already being some kind of specialist, that would make it a little bit easier because he's got the kind of profile that the military lady is looking for. I wonder if that's his commanding officer or someone else he knows. Oh, commanding officer, definitely. And then we're getting these incident reports. Network intrusion, burglary, other stuff. And at this point, he's complaining about having warned her that this is the kind of thing that would happen if the program was militarized. I'm assuming from that he wanted to keep this as privatized as possible so that it could be contained and not so easily infiltrated. And he needs the people he needs for his GenLock program. So now he refuses to give in. He refuses to back down. He's like, you know what? I'm throwing my chips on the table. I'm all in. Either you give me my transfers or I'm staying put. I don't care what happens. So that alone tells me that he's putting a lot of faith into this program of his, that it can and will work, but that it needs the specific people that he's picked out. I think there are several reasons I could think of why he would want these specific people. Either they aren't specifically military, or they're the kind of military types that don't just blindly follow authority or rigid structure or whatever. They do their own things, and if they think there's a better way of doing something that can keep things from going from bad to worse, they will do it. So I'm thinking he's basically looking for a group of mavericks that will toe the line just enough to get the job done, but have the latitude they need in order to make sure that they can make on-the-call decisions without having to deal with a huge amount of oversight. And I could see him extending that consideration to the people that he's recruiting, since he himself would not want to deal with that kind of oversight issue. The anvil. I wonder if the anvil is a military installation. Probably, from the sounds of it. She's trying to tell the guy to get there, and he's just like, nope, give me my recruits, or I'm staying. Then telling her to put some tea on while he gets there. So I'm guessing that the person he was talking to is going to act as the oversight that keeps things from getting too out of hand and keeps things as tightly focused as possible. Basically, she's the one that's going to say, hey, this is what we need to do it in this specific way. And there's likely going to be headaches and fighting between the two of them, while there are the differences between her wanting things to be done a specific way and him not caring how things are done as long as the mission is completed, and giving his chosen candidates the means and the latitude to finish their missions in the way that's required as the situation demands, etc., etc., etc. Basically, both expertise and adaptability, bereft of a rigid military structure, all wrapped into a single package. And I can kind of see that. Military oversight, while it can be good to keep things from getting nasty as far as whatever projects that have minimum military oversight getting bad tend to do in whatever cases, it can also be very restrictive when times call for different kinds of measures to be taken. A more creative approach, if you will. Sadly, there didn't seem to be as much for me to go through in that as far as analyzing and picking apart things, but I like what I've seen in this one, and I'm really looking forward to GenLock. Now that we've got Chase and the other 5 properly introduced, and we know that he's going to be getting all of the candidates that he's chosen, I'm wondering if we're going to be seeing any more from now until when GenLock comes out. Because we are only 2 months away at this point. Probably even slightly less than 2 months away. I mean, we've got the remainder of RWBY Volume 6, which will be stopping for just a couple of weeks, like just 1 or 2 weeks when Christmas rolls around. And then once it's the new year, then we finish RWBY, and apparently the last 2 episodes of RWBY are going to overlap with the first 2 episodes of GenLock. So I am going to be extra busy during that time. The good news is that I'm going to be taking a break for the winter semester, so I'm going to have at least 5 months where I can sit down and focus on doing stuff for my channel and hopefully even branching out into other things. Speaking of, I have a theory video that I've been working on. I'm hoping to have that uploaded later today, so look forward to that. But until then, that's the end of this video. As always, if you enjoyed watching, please be sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell so you'll never miss a new video. And until next time, this is Torma Ximnus signing off. Stay frosty, my friend.